I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Courtside Soundoff podcast once again. I'm Josh Evanoff. He's Angel Ortega. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week, boys.
You thought you had a friend, boy?
All right. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Mike Perry. Not fighting this week. Just felt it coming up, you know? Like,
What do you mean? We got Poeton fighting this week. That's why we're hyped.
That's why we're hyped. Look, man, I'm here to kick bubblegum and eat ass. And we got big episode this week. We got UFC Saudi Arabia to go over, UFC 303, bunch of news. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into that, though, I got two quick sponsors of the show. Rogue Energy. Keep me fueled up. I just got off work. Straight up just got off work. But you know what? Straight into filming the show because I'm fucking fueled up with Rogue Energy. And you can be too with code SOUNDOFF at checkout for 10% off of all your energy needs. Angel, meanwhile, enjoying some ELYXR Delta 8s right now. Code SOUNDOFF at checkout, 10% off. Enjoy yourself. Have some fun, you know. And it's a nice summer. You know, it's about to be July 4th. Enjoy with some ELYXR. I'm sure they'll have a sale anyway, you know. But Angel, look. Over the weekend, Saudi Arabia, His Excellency, Turkey Al-Sheikh, you know. Not sure if
Dude, he got trolled so hard for that.
I know. I felt kind of bad for the guy, you know. And then I was like, oh, shit, wait a minute. He's
if anybody else did that, they'd probably look just as silly.
Dude, you know, fuck, dude. What are they going to say to him? You know, like, it's just, nobody's going to make fun of him there. Did you see the video of, before we break into this, did you see the video of Dana getting led around by him? Like,
a little bit.
Yeah, that's got to be really weird for a guy like Dana, right? You know? I don't know.
Guys are worth more than Dana.
That is true. That is true, which is saying a lot. You know, I'm not sure how much Turkey's worth, but probably a shitload of money. But look, man, we knew the story here. It was supposed to be Hamza Chimaev. Instead, it was Ikram Aliskerov, who, you know, we've hyped up on the show a fair bit, said maybe one day he could be a title contender, could be a contender in general.
Josh, he just got fraud checked.
He got fraud checked, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
ladies and gentlemen, he's complete garbage. What is he now? 15-2, more like 15 and fucking blue, you know? Get out of here,
I hate
dude.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because he fucking blew in there, dude. He was terrible.
Okay.
No, not the color.
I'm blue, bitty, but no, it's not that song, right?
No, but that is a banger.
Yeah, that's a banger, isn't it?
No, but look.
When do you think that came out, by the way?
When did that come out?
When do you think? Give me a year. Era.
An era? 2000s.
It came out in the 90s.
The 90s.
If I remember right, yeah.
Well, look, I was not alive, so you know I don't got all the knowledge.
But speaking about things that were born in the before the 90s,
yeah,
actually, Robert Whittaker.
Oh shit! He was born December of 1990. It's just,
oh shit! Speaking about things born in the 90s.
Speaking of things born in the 1990s, Robert Whittaker, the Reaper, going in there. He takes souls, ladies and gentlemen, and he took Ikram Aliskerov's soul with a brutal combination, punctuated by the uppercut.
Do you think
puts
Ikram
him out?
He's gonna look back and then be like, "Fuck, they got me again with an uppercut, just like Chimaev."
You know what's funny is I actually saw Robert Whittaker said that during that finishing sequence, he like remembered the tape of seeing Hamzat land the uppercut, and he's like, I had that flash in my head, and I was like, I gotta uppercut.
I wonder if it was like a core memory unlock or like a That's So Raven moment, or if it was more like an ayahuasca like flashback.
It was well, if it's an ayahuasca flashback, he wouldn't be throwing the punch at all. Just ask Deontay Wilder, you know.
Yo, that's
just
weird. You know, but a lot of people make fun of Deontay Wilder for doing ayahuasca, but I'll say if I could, I would too. I'm
not gonna make fun. You know what? I don't make fun of any of the weird shit athletes do because it's like, bro, like they're. Are
you not pissing in your own mouth before a fight, Josh?
I actually follow Lyoto Machida's advice all the time and just constantly piss. Like I actually, when I go to take a shower, I just lay on the ground.
Jesus Christ! You also don't shower for weeks out of your fight either. Who was the guy who did that?
Oh man,
he wouldn't shower.
Shit, I can't remember. He was like a lightweight back in the day. Lightweight or welterweight.
I thought it was a light heavyweight. Because Rampage, what? I remember Rampage.
Oh shit!
At least there's more than one.
Multiple guys.
Oh fuck!
It's multiple guys. It's a real thing. Some guys do it as like a what is it? It's like how like in an RPG, you know, you get like extra damage. You know, like he's getting. It's like you're irradiating the fucking damage, dude.
Oh, it's like you're a nuke. You know?
Exactly.
Maybe a little afterwards.
Exactly. So you know, jokes aside, Whittaker picks up the win inside 2 minutes. First knockout in a minute, 2 wins in a row. He said to be the backup for Adesanya, DDP, Down Under, Diamond Dallas Page.
By the way, a lot of those Perth fights are getting confirmed now.
Yeah, I mean it's still starting to come together. We see Dan Hooker, Charlie Olives apparently in the works.
Saint Denis was the original, remember?
Well, he did, and then he came out with like, "Nah, man, I'm fighting Charlie Olives," So,
I saw one where it was like Charlie Olives versus BSD.
No, it's Charlie Olives against Dan Hooker.
But that was the one I originally saw. That's what they were working on, and then they finally ended on Dan Hooker, Charlie Olives.
Fair enough. Well,
which I'm kind of like,
I like it though.
But I respect it for. I respect it for Oliveira because he's still being active.
Yeah, and you also got to think about it within like.
Think about it. Oliveira still might fight another time this year. That's 3 times in a year.
Yeah. You got to think about it within the context too. It's like Oliveira lost 2 of his last 3. Hooker won 3 of his last 4. Even though it's like not the highest level.
Also, on top of that, dude, like something great just happened to Oliveira. I know we're kind of all over the place here.
Yeah, no.
But Armin Saryushkin, I don't even know if you have it on the run. Got a 9-month suspension.
Well, there's a little bit of an if with that, a little bit of a technicality within that.
I know. I saw the community service and all that.
The community service, and he has to do an anti-bullying PSA, which is ironic. What he was.
Would you do any of that? I would. I'd take the 9 months.
I'd stand on business and just say fuck that. But he said that
I would just get a fight ready by January, so that way I could be active by January.
Thing is that he said he's going to do it, so that way he can fight Islam in November. And I think his suspension, like if he does it, it'll be shortened to the 6 months, and then it'll be like right within the window to go ahead and fight Islam. So I get why he's going to do it, but personally, me. Dude, I think as a UFC fighter, you should have the right to punch one fan on the out, or just walk into the cage or leaving the cage. As a general rule, just a
on the fucking sidewalk, Yeah. On some Joe Schilling shit,
Joe Schilling.
Unprovoked. That's okay. Joe Schilling was provoked, to be clarified.
Hey, according to the Florida Stand Your Ground law, he did nothing wrong. Sure, he propped up the camera before he went and knocked it.
Stand Your Ground law is kind of crazy.
Dude,
have you ever seen some of the situations where people got off on Stand Your Ground?
Well, I know that fucking Boogie 2988 didn't do it, but I have seen some crazy cases where people got off. Like,
you're like, what
jokes aside, Joe Schilling should not have gotten off with that. I'm just gonna say it.
You think so?
The guy was an asshole for sure, but at the same time, it's like legally speaking, the motherfucker sat up the camera, went and stood there and waited for the guy to bump into him and fucking 2-pieced him. That guy probably had.
What if it was his buddy and not Joe Schilling? How do we know it was Joe Schilling who set up the camera?
But I mean, I remember it being that way, and if I'm wrong, it's still funnier for it to be that way. So, no, you guys shouldn't come to us for facts. You come to us for fucking, dick jokes and fucking talking about cards that the UFC doesn't give a fuck about, So, anyways, man, co-main event. I feel like there's not a whole lot to really say about the main event because middleweight is just such a waiting game now. I mean, Sean Strickland's in line.
It's crazy how much has to play out right now middleweight, and on top of that, you have all these. You also have the rising guys like Fluffy Hernandez, who sadly fell out of his fight. Joe Pyfer on the rise, going to be on the next pay-per-view, if I remember right.
Exactly.
Correct. We have Holland Cannonier recently confirmed.
Well, actually, according to some reporting from BJ Penn's own Cole Shelton, about an hour ago, got to shout out my boy Cole.
Breaking news on the podcast.
Breaking news. That fight's not happening.
Oh, really?
Apparently, Kevin Holland shot a bullet in the works instead. So that's something.
You thought you had a friend, boy? That's good.
Anyways, Volkov defeating Sergey Pavlovich. It's like everybody just started to realize that Volkov is a fucking bad motherfucker who's also really funny. Like, in the corner getting his hair combed, like, what a guy.
Oh, God.
And also outpointing a guy who
I know
only 2 UFC lost to this point. Is Alexander Volkov, and other people, I saw people saying this, and we've been talking this for a minute. He's not far away from a title shot. He might end up fighting, and he has a very good case to fight the winner of Aspinall Blades. What do you make of that?
I think it's he's in that prime position to get set up to get that kind of opportunity. By the way, this is comedy out of Volkov. You see how he's capturing all that data?
Dude, you know what? Oh, my God. Yo. Oh. Ah. Dude,
what a
this
killer.
is the baddest man alive right here. The baddest man alive right here. You guys can't see it. So,
by the way, I heard Luke Thomas and them talk about Volkov potential, like what they see him, like what's his future outlook, right? And like if he could be champion. They said it's completely matchup dependent. How do you feel about that? I think that's no longer the case.
Because
I mean, there might be guys who are just straight up better. Like I think if he fought Ngannou, he probably would have lost to Ngannou.
Look, I think Volkov's in a position right now where funnily enough, I think Robert Whittaker is a middleweight. Would I pick Robert Whittaker to beat every middleweight? No. Would I pick Volkov to beat every heavyweight? No. Do I think they can both do it?
Dude, that's like the complete opposite of what they said about Rob on their podcast. They said Robert Whittaker is that guy. Robert Whittaker can beat every guy at 185 on any given night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think he can beat everybody. I don't know if I pick him against everybody.
Okay.
But and that's the case for Volkov, too. I think Volkov is in that space right now where it's like he is putting it all together. And at heavyweights, you got to think about it, man. Volkov,
he's actually had like some true career progression as far as like
35.
I mean, he's literally changed his body. I mean, compared to when we saw him a few years ago, compared to now. Not even talking about like actual like the tattoos and all that, but like physically where he's at now and the kind of improvements he's had with his takedown defense. Like he has made significant stride. Has he laid an egg here and there? He has.
Oh yeah, it happens.
But at the same time, though, I mean, the guy's like what 2 fights away from 50 professional fights.
Yeah, he's right there.
As a heavyweight, hasn't been really knocked down much. Did have some issues early on in his career here. You know, some few losses that you kind of look back at. You're like, damn, you know, maybe a guy who we see as a future champ maybe wouldn't have lost to those guys at those times. Maybe.
Exactly, and he's had moments where he slipped up, but it feels like since I'd say 2020-ish. 2021, I'd say. I mean, I'd have to look back to see what
he's making some progressive effort to get better.
I'd say it was probably the Curtis Blades loss. That was the one that, if I remember correctly, made him put on a lot of weight because he kind of knew he was kind of getting thrown around.
I think he was already experimenting before that, though. If you look at it,
I mean, maybe I'd have to.
I can't remember what fight. Because dude, he looked big. Yeah, you're right. Because if I remember right, yeah, the Walt Harris. Actually, he might have already been big for the Greg Hardy fight. Can you actually look that up real quick on Tapology?
I'll pull up.
Let's show it on Tapology. Because I want to say that by that fight, he had already gained the weight. I could be wrong. Or put on the weight in the muscle mass. If not, it was like that Walt Harris.
Yeah, I mean,
Overeem wins where we saw him have that body change and it was like, oh shit.
Point being though, so he's 251 against Greg Hardy, and then what was he against Curtis Blades? He was 247. Walt Harris came 265.
Yeah, that's when it changed. And then from there on, he just experimented with the weight.
Yeah, 265, 264, 265 again, 263, 253. It looks like he just tries to lose weight or gain weight depending upon the opponent and the matchup, and that's probably the best thing to do, honestly.
That's a really different approach than...
He was 258.
He took the Stipe approach. Stipe's actually done that.
Yeah, which is very, very smart. I mean, I'm a big, you know me, big Volkov guy. I do think he could be I think he has to be in line, honestly.
What if Volkov beat John Jones? I know someone's out there like...
so funny.
He's like, you guys are so manic. You know someone out there's thinking that.
I am manic, dude. Like, fuck off. Like, what? He fucking took episode 273,
by the way. How do you feel about Pavlovich now? I felt like a lot of people... By the way, everybody was like... By the way, if I remember right, like... Was Pavlovich like a pretty decently sized favorite, if I remember right?
I believe he was the favorite. I don't remember about the odds. So, I guess I'd have to go to archive, actually. And then we can go ahead and pull it up. But from what I remember...
Wrong card.
Bro, for real? That's it. Very disappointed in best fight odds right now. Just gonna go ahead and say that. Okay, yeah, Pavlovich closed as a minus 225, so about, over a 2-1 favorite. So yeah, and look, man.
So they did have a little respect on Volkov's name.
How do I feel about Pavlovich now? I think still a 5'10" guy, but I don't. Here's the thing. I really don't think you're going to find too many guys better than Volkov at using his reach and using his jab. And actually, a lot of guys are big in MMA, but not too many guys actually fight big. You know what I mean? And he fucking fights like his height.
I also felt like Pavlovich never took like those big risks.
No.
And actually went for it.
But also, it didn't help that anytime he tried to, he would try and charge in there. Volkov would be like, oh, you want to trade, motherfucker? And they would just light him up and hit him multiple combinations.
Granted, though, Pavlovich would get 1 or 2 through, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing, though. He had to take those risks, and I felt like he didn't. It's heavyweight, though. One and you're out.
Yeah. But before we go ahead and move on, I do want to ask you one quick thing. Because these guys were former friends, former teammates. Do you think, and they both argued at the weigh-ins. I'm sure you saw the clip of them arguing at the weigh-ins. Do you think that Dana did whenever you and your boy get arrested and they put you in separate rooms and they're like, that motherfucker snitch, bro. What are you gonna go in?
There's something. I'm sure, dude. Because I heard they were talking about it on Rampage's podcast. I forgot what they were talking about. And it was when they had Brendan on, and Brendan's like, "Yeah, dude, they called me up and they told me that what's his name?
Orlovsky?
Not Orlovsky wanted to fight him, but white guy, Matt Mitrione.
Oh yeah, they were boys.
He's like Matt said he wants to fight you, and Brendan's like, yo, what the fuck? So he called Matt on the phone. He's like, Matt, is that true? The UFC just called me and told me they want me to fight you. He's like, no, I didn't. What the fuck? And then like they started talking about stories about other similar situations like that. That happened.
Yeah, and it's kind of fucked up.
So I actually genuinely don't know what happened. Like if they actually like tricked them into it, or if there was just some miscommunication between them, or I don't know. They'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll get over it or not. You know who's not gonna get over it? Kelvin Gastelum. And by get over it, I mean get on weight.
He missed his fight technically by 15 pounds, by the way.
Technically, he actually didn't miss it, but you know, he also did miss it. So on fight week, I guess their teams made an arrangement, him and D-Rod, saying that he'll come in at middleweight because he can't make the weight. And afterwards, you know, his coach, I'm not sure if you saw this, came out today. His coach made like 17,000 excuses. He's like, oh, you know, he had an injury, he had staff, he didn't know the fight was actually going to happen.
He fucked the night before.
He fucking he didn't do poorly. He did not piss in his own mouth. He was a really big issue cutting weight.
By the way, did you see that like a day before the weigh-ins on his YouTube channel? They released missing weight with Kelvin Gastelum.
Oh my god,
which is like, dude, look, not the time,
Kelvin. Brother, I love the tacos as much as the next
I'm jealous. I mean, I was jealous, bro.
I was watching the video. I'm like, shit, man, I gotta order fucking fuzzies, man. Shit.
I was like, fuck, I'm bricked up. Right? Wait, what? I was kidding. My bad.
I do get bricked up by a nice Mexican platter, you know?
Do you get bricked up? Do you get bricked up when you see a taco?
If it's like a street taco, like carnitas,
we gotta get you taco. We gotta go get some like actual tacos.
So what's your? Do you have like a place?
There's like a few places where you gotta go to. Like I'm gonna be honest, man. We gotta go to the hood. Like no joke.
I got you. Well,
we'd have to go to Kansas City.
My place right now. Well, the place I've been ordering from, Antonio's in KCK.
That's been your place.
It's my place. They have the best fucking pork stomach tacos I fucking have.
Really?
Well, and
you like carnitas?
I love carnitas. I love like anything like if it's meat, I'm there. Basically.
By the way, we should go. There's a great, and it's probably the most popular carnitas place here. Like the people are from like the state, like the home state where carnitas are made.
Where like what's?
It's down in. It's over there in Argentina.
Gotcha.
So for those, if you do know where Argentina,
I do.
Down that way.
Yeah,
straight down. We can go up. We wake up early one day, dude. We gotta go. Like we have to go on a weekend. We have to go on a weekend in the morning. Yeah. Which I know that's
tough for if you guys don't know this. I actually don't think I ever talked.
Well, you know what I could do? Like maybe not this pay-per-view, but next like 2 pay-per-views from now, I'll wake up early. I'll go buy like X amount of carnitas, and we'll eat carnitas for fucking a pay-per-view.
That sounds like a great idea.
Well, you guys think we'll do it for Noche UFC.
UFC Noche.
You aka Riyadh season UFC Noche.
Thank you to His Excellency.
Thank you.
Hey, dinner's on turkey, baby. Turkey halal sheep.
But we'll get to that later.
Anyways, Kelvin Gastelum defeated D-Rod. Unanimous decision win, 29-28. It really doesn't. I honestly don't feel like talking about the fight itself because like it's almost a nothing fight. Like Kelvin, he had moments. D-Rod used a jab well.
Neither guy gained or lost anything. That's what we're trying to say.
Gastelum might lose his fuck. You know,
I was gonna say Kelvin is the only one who actually might lose something. He might lose his UFC contract.
He might lose his UFC contract. D-Rod got a 6-fight deal after this.
Right afterwards.
Yeah, right afterwards.
37-year-old Daniel Rodriguez
riding a 4-fight losing streak. But you know what? Fuck it, dude. He stood up. He's taken every fight that he's offered. They pulled the 279. That's the one with Diaz and Hamzat, where he fucking accepted like Li Jingliang. Like,
but you know, Josh,
fucking fight anybody.
It doesn't matter. Something more important happened that night.
Tell me what happened.
The significant other Mackenzie Dern was slain that night by shot a bullet, and you know, there's
wait. That's the guy who was with Mackenzie Dern.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, hey, Mackenzie. No. Unfortunately for Miss Dern. This guy came in here on 3 days' notice, I think, whenever the guy, which, by the way, motherfucker from Karate Combat accepted the fight. Can't think of his name right now. Lutterbach or something. Popped. And then afterwards, he's like, actually, guys, I did take steroids. I just didn't know I was going to get signed to the UFC whenever I took steroids. Otherwise, I would not have taken the steroids.
Can I be honest? Based.
Dude, I think I even retweeted the thing with like the Chad fucking.
I like that. You know,
I'm like-
I honestly I read that post, but I didn't realize it was like that.
It's like, yeah, dude,
that
it's
makes
like-
it better.
He even straight up said like he didn't even say steroids. He's like, yeah, I did juice. I juiced before this one. I had a boxing match coming up.
He's like,
or
I was on
something.
Trenbolone, dude. Like, I was on the Trenbolone sandwich.
Which honestly, if they didn't have the type of testing, then I really don't see the issue.
You like fought for like Austrian and EPO and all this
Yeah,
shit,
what
a
are you gonna
masking
do?
agent. You know, he went through.
Anyways, Charles Bullet, is he for real, Angel? Do you think he's for real?
Dude, like we kind of know, bro. Like in the stand up, we know we got it, but once we get to the ground, that's when the fight changes.
Yeah, that's true. And look,
If he fought any good wrestler, he'd probably lose. If I'm being honest.
and I think they're aware.
How old is
too-
he? By the way,
He's 30.
fuck. I mean, dude, look, he's a Dagestani. There's time.
I also think that they're kind of taking the approach with him that like they know this kid's probably not here for a long time. Like they know because of the issues of the eye, the issues like his legal record.
You're
and
not
stuff,
wrong. He's like a commodity we will only get every so now and then. Like,
yeah, like
it's gonna be very
being
hard to
moved-
push him to a title.
he's in a movie now. Like
In the States, he made
Yeah.
it.
he did. So you
You saw his call out with the lizard.
did.
Kevin Holland,
Kevin Holland.
fight me.
Yeah, dude.
Fight
Hey,
me with the lizard.
yeah,
And
dude.
the fucking pirate.
He's
cat.
won me over. He's won me over.
I like him, dude.
You know, I'll
I
admit.
like watching him fight.
Yeah, personally, like, I hope he's grown up from. I don't even know when the fuck he beat the shit out of that couple.
Been a few years ago.
It's been a couple of years. You know, look, maybe
But Josh,
people mature at different rates. You know.
we need to talk about something else. That happened
Okay, go
recently.
ahead. Go ahead.
You saw something terrible happen to open up this card.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We saw Johnny Walker get put out again,
I mean,
and dude, it was bad.
And
He did the.
yeah, Vulcan had no time. Vulcan had no time for Johnny Walker on Saturday night. Yeah, brutal knockout win. Vulcan's first knockout win in a minute. Johnny Walker, dude, I don't want to say it's over because it's never over until it's over. You know what I mean?
How old is Johnny Walker?
He's in his mid-30s, I believe now.
That poor brain is taking so much
32.
damage.
32.
Have they done a CT scan on that brain?
6 knockout losses. I hope so.
Oh no, he's reaching double-digit losses.
He's reaching double-digit losses.
I've talked
Remember-
about this on the show. I'm like, you have to be like at 40+ wins, and then you can get away with double-digit losses.
Yeah.
Or you
gotta
gotta
be like,
kind of works out for
Jim
me.
Miller. Jim Miller's like 30. He's like 37-15 or something. Like
And it kind of like you're like,
it's like, oh, you know what, Jim? If you get 3 more, 40-15 looks kind of fucking nice though.
right,
Like,
right. There's something about like 40, and then like you can get into the teens
Yeah.
of losses.
Well, Johnny Walker, 1 point, 17-3. The record looked nice. Ever since he lost to Corey Anderson, he just has not been able to get on the right track. Now, granted, he did have that 4-fight unbeaten streak last year, but
God, what a good run right there.
brutal.
Can you imagine? It's
knockouts.
crazy. There's some reality where he beats Magomed Ankalaev.
No,
and
there's not.
And that's in some reality, not this reality. And he's
No,
21
I
and
just-
he's
no
21 and he's 22 and 7. And it's like, damn, like you're right there for the title. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He really wasn't that far off. He was
wasn't.
one fight win away. Don't
Dude,
lie.
if he would
Don't be that fucking guy right
you know
now.
how like
Don't be
Ankalaev,
that fucking guy.
you know how Ankalaev beat Johnny Walker and they're like, Dana's like, title shot? We'll figure something out for him. You know? But like, if Johnny Walker beat Magomed Ankalaev,
next in line, main
dude,
event in Brazil.
they would have had his ass in the cage for a face off and everything. I guarantee it. But what are you gonna do? You know what fight I want to see next? I was thinking about this at work. I was sitting there thinking about the pod. I'm like, I want to have some ideas in mind. You know, I'm sure you do the same thing. You know what I mean? Certain little things. Vulcan, Jamal Hill, main event.
I'm cool with it.
You're not in that fight. I
I
love
was
that
really, the
fight.
thing is, I was excited for all the possible matchups between Roundtree, Olberg, and Hill. Like those 3 guys there
Yeah.
had my dick going.
I guess they could actually just rebook Jamal Hill, Khalil.
That
Just do that. Yeah, never mind.
saying.
Don't listen.
or
Don't listen to
Olberg
me.
versus either one of those guys.
Yeah, don't listen to me. But as far as the prelims go, you know, UC's first trip to Saudi Arabia, the main card, fucking sick, excellent. You know, the prelims, not perfect, leave a little bit to be desired, but it's okay. You know, Nasrat Hakparas picking up a controversial win over Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon just
There
getting
was no fight of the night. That actually,
fucked by the judges consistently. Yeah, there was no fight of the night.
dude, I thought Nasrat Hapcrass and fucking Jared Gordon should have got fight night. Dude, those boys were
I
throwing
agree.
down.
I
At
agree.
one point, they were just like,
Yeah.
like out of gas, but they were still throwing, bro.
Felipe Lima picking up a win. Renat Fakhtaratinov defeating Nicholas Dalby. Him a loss. Nicholas
Yeah.
Dalby, another split decision loss. That guy, well, I think at this point, he's had like a great UFC run. He's only had a couple of losses, and those have been like, a split to Renat.
That career renaissance was insane, bro.
Yeah. What a guy, dude. I love me some Nicholas Dalby. Unfortunate, though. And then the rest of we had road to the UFC. We had other fights. I mean, it was what it was. For
Renat,
UFC,
by the way, Nicholas Dalby goated chin.
I agree. far as UC Saudi Arabia, UC's first trip to Saudi Arabia, what'd you make of it, man?
I loved it, man. I had a fun time. I thought the main event was good. I thought the fights leading into the main card were great. I will say, guys got cucked out of a fight of the night there, in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah.
It's pain. By the way, Ikram Aliskerov, DTF Fighter of the Week, right? And Chikoli too. He came out there and
he was down to fight though.
They were down to fight.
He was down as fuck. I honestly give it to both those guys. Yeah, it has to be. They were both. I mean, I don't give a fuck that they got knocked the fuck. And Chikoli wasn't. He had some moments right across three. He landed a punch or two across 3 rounds. Ikram, he had a great walkout. It was, anyways. UC 303. But
then you heard Robert Whittaker's walkout music.
I'm just like, fuck. God damn.
Can't be tough.
Yeah. Quick question. Would you get Alexander Volkov's on his back, and he has like the big Legends of the Hidden fucking Temple tattoo? The Nickelodeon show with the big fucking statue. Would you get that?
What do you mean? Like, just get it? Just
would you just get that tattoo? I'm just curious.
Maybe, depending how I'm feeling. I've actually been looking at tattoo artists and all that.
Really?
Yeah, I saved this one guy who's up in somewhere up north in the East Coast, like near the East Coast.
I see.
If I remember right.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
There's like a specific style and everything that I like. So
actually, let me rephrase. This is the second part of this. Would you rather get Alexander Volkov's Legends of the Hidden Temple tattoo, or would you get Darren Elkins' The Damage on your chest? Which one? You got to pick.
Granted, the damage would be a lot shorter of a session. The Volkov tattoo would be multiple sessions, and I've heard your back is actually one of the hardest places to get tattooed, like one of the most painful.
Yeah. You're going with the damage?
There's no way I could do the damage. I'd have to power through the Volkov one. It'd take a long time, but I'd have to do it.
All right, and lastly, no, fuck, I don't have anything else.
If I could have anybody's tattoos, I'd still have like Sean Brady's tattoos.
Yeah. Fair enough.
He
actually does have. Yeah, I agree.
I think he still has the best tattoos in the UFC.
Yeah, we got to find his guy.
It's him or Chiesa actually has some pretty decent tattoos.
Chiesa has some good ones. I'm a big fan. I actually like Max's tattoos. Like he's got the
wings.
The wings. I guess Tony also has the same ones.
A little different, yeah.
A little bit different, but
I'm trying to think who else has some sick tattoos. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Like
I know that I'm forgetting somebody.
That I want to say someone.
Oh, BSD. I feel like BSD has a couple of fucking cool.
But I feel like there's someone who has a lot of art. Oh fuck.
That neo-Nazi guy in BKFC. That guy. That's the guy.
Garbrandt has some pretty sick artwork.
Cody does have some cool ones. Yeah. Cody has some cool ones. Well, anyways, man, Angel.
We gotta reel it into these fucking warriors, dude.
We gotta go ahead and reel it in because you know what, Angel?
We got the Amazonian King versus the Czech Samurai.
It is international. Stop. It is international.
Samurai, Josh.
Dude, Joe, we can't.
By the way, did you see that clip of Nina asking Jiri what he thought about Power Slap? And you could tell he got very fucking triggered.
Dude, I am him and he is me, bro. Honestly, bro.
But he was like, not even like a little, like very like almost offended.
So, dude,
it's almost like if you slapped Jiri in the face.
Yeah,
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not even exaggerating. Like
the two things that irritate Jiri Prochazka the most: Power Slap and spiritual forces. Did you see?
Yes.
He's like,
did he think this motherfucker did voodoo?
He's like,
witchcraft.
Alex Pereira is just like fucking. He's just going out hanging out with like his tribe that he's like technically linked to, his family heritage. And Yuri's like, that motherfucker is going out there using some voodoo dolls and shit, Anyways,
meanwhile, we got Jiri trying to fucking slay fake Yakuza and
for real
kill Onis and shit,
Anyways, man, we got Alex Pereira, Jiri Prochazka, the rematch. Just 7 months after Alex Pereira defeated Jiri to win the light heavyweight gold. They're going to run it back because Conor McGregor broke his toe.
Because 3 fights for Jiri. We haven't even talked about what's been the time gap between both fights. Oh, 3 fights. 3 fights.
Jiri hasn't fought. He's only fought this is going to be his second fight.
Oh, really? Dude,
so he knocked out Rochich.
I got fucked up, dude. I thought Poetan was this year.
Nah, that was
but there's still that gap is still short though.
Yeah, look, man.
So how big is that gap between those fights?
4 months and then another 3 months. No, 2 months. So 4 months between the Pereira Rochich fight and then 2 months between Rochich and Pereira too.
That's some crazy activity, dude.
Him and Alex.
Yeah.
Alex Pereira really. I saw somebody compare him recently. Like he is Donald Cerrone, but he wins the title.
Granted, though, for Poetan, I will say it's a little different though because he didn't have to go through a very long fight in his fight.
That's true, and
it was 1 round. It was short, so I'd say he's had like a fair bit of downtime.
Well, and Rocket was kind of tuning him up, before he got finished. But that's also kind of how everybody fights Jiri, I feel like. But look, man, I'm very torn on this fight personally. Pereira he's still healing from broken toes, which makes it really funny that Conor pulled out, but still healing from the broken toes. Obviously, he beat Jiri the first time, but before getting knocked out in the late second round, they were going back and forth. It was one of those moments where it's like the fight went 9 minutes. Jiri probably won 3 of them. Alex probably won 5 of them. You know what I mean? It was a competitive fight. Main eventing International Fight Week. Who do you got in the main event of UFC 303?
I mean, Josh, it's still got to be Poetan for me.
Yeah.
I just still think, I feel like Jiri, dude, I remember when he was fighting that fight and I just saw him get really wide and reaching. I'm like, this is how it's going to end. And it did. It ended up going because of that. And obviously, I know Jiri, we've seen some footage and all that. He's trying to clean it up, trying to change some stuff, because he wants to fight on the feet. There's something about it. Granted, he's also not traditionally a wrestler. He can take the fight there though.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we're talking about the 2 guys in the division who I'm right now that I think are going to beat Poetan, it's probably Ankalaev, Jiri, and both in and the thing is the way they would both fight is drastically different from one another. And also it's just gonna be I'm curious to see it's the second time now, how motivated is each guy. I know Yuri's motivated, right? He took a fight quick, he came back, he took care of business, he took the call on this one, also ready. Poetan's been kind of living life, enjoying, having a bunch of moments. Is he also still motivated? Is he still present in the moment? Which I imagine for both these guys they will be. They're professionals, but just the way Jiri fights, I think.
Yeah,
that it's probably going to happen again in a similar way. I could be absolutely wrong in the Jiri adjustments, the changes in stance, the way he's going to fight. Is going to be different, and I'm curious to see how it is. Because if you remember, I think early on he went for a few takedowns.
He did, and he even got a takedown in the first round, and about 2 minutes ago, just couldn't do a whole lot with it.
Yeah,
put Alex on his back near the fence. But look, very torn on this fight personally because I think Jiri. So this is a I'm gonna borrow stuff from an English class, right? There's a literary device called idiot plot or some shit. I can't remember what the term is, but it's whenever somebody in a story advances in the story because everybody around them are fucking idiots. I feel like that's Alex Pereira's UFC career. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody, Sean Strickland, just choosing to stand with him. You know what I mean? Fucking having who else? Jamal Hill standing with him. Jiri going for a takedown in the first round, getting it, and then round 2 not coming out and shooting for a takedown. You know what I mean? Small stuff like that. I think Jiri Prochazka can win this fight, but I think he's going to let his ego get the better of him.
And the thing is, if he does win this fight, he's going to win it the way he wants to win it, not the way he should win it.
And that's exactly it. Because he's a in the words of Luke Rockhold, he's a fucking samurai, He
can't help himself.
Yeah, he can't help himself.
It's kind of almost like a Michael Chandler effect, right?
That's actually a great comp. Yeah, that's a great comp.
Except the IQ is not as low.
Also, Chandler back in the Bellator days, he would shoot for takedowns, and he'd be like, "Oh shit, Brent Primus is tuning me up right now. I gotta take his ass down.
I gotta get kicked in the leg,
exactly,
so I can take this no contest.
Exactly,
my leg can give out."
Now he's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna wing bombs." I think Jiri. He's awkward enough, and this is what I said in the first fight. I think for the first fight, I even picked Jiri because I'm like, he's awkward enough to have success. I'm just not sure how far that goes. We saw in the first fight how far that goes. You're going to land some punches. You're going to have success. Like I said, he probably won 3 minutes of the fucking 9-minute fight.
It went to the third round last time?
It went, I think he finished it late second.
Oh, fuck, really?
So,
see, that's the other thing. I think that another thing is that I'd love to see is take this man into deep water. You've been into deep water. We haven't seen Poetan deep except in the Izzy fight. And look, he was able to get it, but it was it was what he had left.
It was about 52 seconds left in the second round when he got finished. So I'm gonna go take Alex Pereira too. I would love to pick Jiri. I would love, and just for the memes, because I think Jiri might be my favorite guy personality in the UFC right now.
You're picking Jiri?
No, I'm picking Alex. I would love to pick Jiri though. Is what I'm saying. I think he's just one of my favorite personalities in the UFC right now. Just the fact that he's at media day, yo, Alex, be a fair man. Fight without the spirits. Fight without the force.
It's all good. Are you ready to get the footage of him manifesting it the night before, being outside the arena and all that?
Do you see? And then Pereira.
I love his method though. I really do love.
He's a fun.
He's the most interesting. He might be the most interesting guy in the UFC.
That's what I'm fucking saying, man. Yeah, exactly. And then, do you also the second part of this before we move on to the co-main? Alex, did you see somebody asked about what Jiri said? He's like, everybody has their spirits and their forces. Maybe he's just not doing it right or some shit. And I'm like, dude, I love Alex.
Dude, this dude have some cold ass responses.
I know. I love that.
What did he do? I felt like he did something recently that was very Giga Chat. I'm not even talking about the tire.
Was it whenever Jamal Hill started coming after him, and he's like, oh, I guess he just woke up.
Or some shit like that. Yeah, he does have some pretty sick
Bad motherfucker.
Translated one-liners too.
Yeah. Speaking of bad motherfuckers, we got 2 featherweights stepping up on about 17 days notice.
If that.
Who knows when they started asking about the fight? Regardless, Brian Ortega, T-City, Los Angeles' finest. All right. Has not competed since the submission win over Yair Rodriguez in Mexico City earlier this year. Coming back here to take on the Phenom, Diego Lopez, 29 years young.
No moniker for Diego Lopez. Heartbreaking.
I know, I agree. 3 wins in a row.
We gotta come up with one.
I think the Phenom works great, actually. I just said that, but I kind of like that. The Phenom, Diego Lopez. Regardless, this motherfucker is a bad man. I'm not gonna fuck around here. I think Diego Lopez is gonna go out there and tune up Brian Ortega on Saturday. I'm not normally a guy who rides hype trains like this, but I think if there's a guy
after last week, right?
Yeah, right. If there's a guy who you don't want to step up and be like, oh shit, all right, I'm taking a fight on short notice. My opponent's also gonna be short notice. The last guy you would hear, like fucking Mick Maynard, say on the end of the phone, and be like, oh yeah, who am I fighting also on short notice? Is Diego Lopez. Because there's a motherfucker who's proved it doesn't matter if it's fucking 7 minutes, 7 days, 7 weeks. Diego Lopez shows up.
By the way, what's the most last minute switcheroo they've ever had? Like they had to get someone to fight.
James Krause.
The day of?
The James Krause. Not day of, because that wouldn't work. They have to weigh in the day before. Like, just could do the commission rules. But he weighed in for that fight that he got robbed for, funnily enough. In Houston, 247.
Wait, so did he get called up the day of the weigh-in?
Yes, he was scheduled to be a cornerman. And he ended up facing, I think, Trevin Giles. Because they were just like, oh shit, Trevin Giles' opponent is out. James, you're like 187 right now. You want to fucking go sweat off a pound and hop on the scale for us? And that's what happened. And then he ended up, in my opinion, winning that fight. But it turns out Trevin Giles' fucking jiu-jitsu coach from 7 years ago was a judge and scored the fight 30-27 for him.
I remember that.
And nobody gave a fuck. Nobody talked about it because there's no fucking, whatever. Point being, both these guys. That's the most
last minute one, the day of the weigh-in.
Correct.
That's actually pretty sick.
But look, man, we got Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez. I'm assuming you're in agreement with
this. Is married Brian Ortega, dude. This is the most dangerous Brian Ortega we probably had.
Married?
Yeah.
Who's he married to?
His lady. I don't know who she is.
I didn't
she
know.
Showed up. She was on I saw her on Embedded.
I did not know that.
That's why he might be. That's why he beat Yair, dude, low key. Might be.
It might be. He's got the married boots.
Think about it. Before he was being
he's got anyways, yeah.
No judgment though.
Hey, I mean, look, I personally, with Tracy Cortez, I'm just saying.
He's a family man now?
I wouldn't. I would be the family man in that situation.
Yeah, he's a family man.
Be loyal,
he's settled down. He's a different beast now, I think.
Look, hustle, loyalty, respect,
Dude, if T-City wins this, will you be kind of like...
I would actually
that's a good fucking...
I would, dude. That's what it comes down to. I think this.
But dude, if Diego Lopez breaks through, they're both insane moments in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. That's why this fight.
By the way,
works,
are you a little disappointed? This is a 3-rounder, not a 5-rounder.
Yes, but I think just because of the circumstances, I'm gonna.
It has to be 3 rounds.
I gotta give him.
It has to be 3 rounds. Yeah.
Like it
has to be 3 rounds. I know, but fuck.
I know, man. I know.
Fuck, Josh. God damn it! Why?
But you got. But are you taking Diego Lopez?
I am taking Diego Lopez via submit. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, if he submits him, that'd be some real shit.
If either one submits the other guy, it's pretty crazy. They both have insane jiu-jitsu.
Be some real shit, dude. But anyways, very excited for it. Next up on the main card, dude, this shit honestly kills me, to be completely honest with you. This card has gone through so many changes. So many of them. Including these guys, neither one of them were scheduled to fight.
Originally on this card to begin with.
Not even just to begin with. Fucking a week and a half ago. Roman got added 5 days ago or something.
Wasn't Roman hiking? I saw his Snapchat and shit. Or not his Snapchat, his Instagram,
I don't know about that.
Roman might have some other people on Snapchat. Oh. But that's...
Oh! No, anyway. So we have Anthony
JP!
Smith. Anthony Lionheart Smith, who, look, man, kept his career alive, honestly, with win over Vitor Petrino. Not his career, but his contendership alive.
Yeah, he has to
May.
get that 39-19, bro. Be at those 40 wins.
That'd be nice. Like what I tell you, man, you got to get to 40 wins.
Yeah,
Taking on middleweight contender Roman Didalise. Roman stepping up here on short notice, up a weight class, lost 2 in a row. I mean,
it's looking rough.
It's looking rough, but this is a big opportunity for him to just shoot straight up into like the top 7. So I'm very up in the air on this one. Who do you got, man?
I got Anthony Lionheart Smith.
Yeah, I agree. Supporting Lionheart. I'm in full agreement with you, honestly. And it's number 10 versus at middleweight versus number 10 at lightweight, light heavyweight. I like that. I didn't realize that. It's
a fair matchup, dude.
It is. It's a very fair matchup.
That's always Roman. Because Anthony Smith isn't even like crazy tall, right?
I want to say if he splits like 6'3", he's 6'4". Roman is I want to say 6'1". 6'3", 6'4", 6'3".
Wow.
So 6'4", 6'3", number 10, both short notice. This motherfucker's even as shit, dude.
Both in the mid-30s.
Both mid-30s, both having some big losses. I'm going to take Anthony Smith, too. I just think he has more notice. He fought more recently, probably more
He's actually a light heavyweight.
It's his weight class, yeah.
Dude, what if Roman comes out here and it's like a different beast, dude? Like 205 Roman Didalise.
Maybe that's what he needs. He looked like shit in his last fight, dude. I mean, he was gassed by fucking minute 7.
I mean, he could gas at 205, so.
But he also fought the whole 25, so what are you going to do?
Right? What a dog.
Anyways,
by the way, I kind of hated this fight's on the main card. No hate to these girls.
Yeah, I almost want to skip it, but I'm not going to. Mayra Bueno Silva coming off a loss to Raquel Pennington in January for the vacant UFC women's bantamweight title, taking on Macy Chiasson, who former top veteran. We know what she is at this point in her career. 32 years old, 9-3.
That's married to Macy Chiasson now, by the way.
Oh, really?
She got married not too long ago. Yeah.
Just alternating wins and losses.
Her and her partner.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people like shit on women fights, and they'll be like, "Oh, because it's women, I don't give a fuck." It's because of these women in particular. I don't care, and it's not even because they're bad. It's just stylistically, I think this fight's gonna blow. Honestly.
You think so?
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on when Mayra Bueno Silva shows up.
That's
in my
true.
opinion.
She can be a dog at times.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. Who you got? Wonder if we'll fall in the same line on this one.
Oh man,
I wouldn't put money on this fight.
I'm not putting money on this fight outside of for it to go the distance.
Both of these girls got finishes though.
That's true.
Or get finished.
That's true. I'm gonna take an MBS. I think she needs a big win here. Mayra Bueno Silva.
Oh my god, MBS.
MBS, dude. Yeah, Mohammed bin Salman. Shout out His Excellency. Turkey all up. No, anyways.
That's not the MBS I was thinking about.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, fucking the guy who fucking dropped every single pass until it was time. Yeah.
I just got the one that mattered, right?
Look, dude, it's a good thing they
I'm actually gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go Macy Chiasson.
Oh, I like that. I like that we're splitting on that one. I really don't. What's your reasoning?
Me?
Just vibes?
Well, I like that she's tall for
Yeah.
one. Like, I feel like, dude, like she's a sleeper, bro. She really genuinely. She has like some odd like little power behind her because she has that slender build, but she can crack a little bit.
I remember thinking when she came off like straight off of Tough that she was going to be a legit title contender. It hasn't worked out that way, but she's still around here, ring number 7.
But I feel like in that Arena Dawn fight, like unfortunately, right, the body up kick, like who
freak.
knows,
I mean, that's some freak shit.
And that fight started going,
Yeah.
started off kind of decent, like on both ends.
I agree. This is the real. This might be the fight I'm most excited.
This might be the real main event.
Real main event. Michael Venom Page.
Venom Page.
MVP. Look, man, the record looks stellar. I believe it's 21-2 at this point in his career. Actually, I think it's 22.
By the way, did you see Ian do his impression of MVP?
I did actually. He honestly, I gotta be honest with you, he kind of makes me laugh. I kind of like Ian Machado Gary.
I love Ian Machado Gary. You saw his kid?
Yeah, I did.
That's just cute.
Good for him. Anyways.
Do Conor McGregor. Do Bear. Oh, poet's on, he said. Do Max Holloway. That motherfucker said right here.
It's just anyways, man. MVP coming back here, fresh off his UFC debut win over Kevin Holland, taking on Ian Machado Gary. Ian Gary, 13-0. We know the story here, man. Hyped up prospect, but can he defeat arguably one of the best strikers in the UFC? Can he pull it off? I know what you're thinking. And I'm thinking the same thing.
I mean, dude. Let me break it down.
Yeah, well, break it down.
I mean, Ian could win this fight. I think if he does a lot of takedowns, keeps the exchanges short, and doesn't let MVP get space, I feel like it should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a path to victory to Ian Gary. But at the same time, a lot of people I think assume it's like, oh, MVP, Bellator guy. Like I think there's still gonna be that narrative, and it's like, guys, when are you gonna learn?
That's what Kevin Holland said too.
When are you gonna fucking learn?
Yeah.
And it's weird. People are actually kind of rallying back behind MVP now because they don't like Ian Gary. Which, dude, what a fucking sport, right? You don't like one guy so much, you rally with the other guy who you didn't like before in the previous fight. Like
crazy,
disgusting behavior. But
I agree.
That's besides the point. I got Michael Venom Page in this one, Josh.
I do as well.
He will see you at the top.
Look, man, I don't think MVP's gonna win a title. I don't think he'll be a fucking.
You don't think he'll fight Leon? Do you think there's a possibility of him fighting Leon?
It's a possibility.
I think if Leon stays champion, there's a very high possibility he fights Leon.
Oh, and dude, it'd be so funny to see him win the UFC title. I just don't think.
I think he could, depending on the matchup.
It depends on. It depends on the matchups a lot. But regardless, I don't know how far he will go into the UFC journey. But here's what I think. I think Ian Gary is not a good enough wrestler or grappler to keep him down or do much.
I think I think you're right. Positionally, I don't think he'll be able to hold him, but I think he is capable of submitting him.
Well, fair enough. I just don't think he'll be able to keep him there. No, Logan Storley couldn't keep him there, and other guys and better wrestlers than him.
Granted, though, we're talking about Logan, who's like,
of course,
very heavily positioned. Doesn't sub a lot of guys.
Of course, but
a lot of the better guys at that
point being, and then on the feet, I think, they're both outside kickboxers. It's really tough for me to see Ian Gary. I mean, MVP can mix it up on the inside too. If you get in close, he'll fucking smash with an elbow.
He'll be in and out quicker.
Exactly.
Light on his feet. Hard to track.
I think, I think this fight could honestly be really fucking boring. This is my theory. This is my.
Granted, though, I could see like a Lima situation for Ian Gary. Like he has a similar kind of moment.
He just catches him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that happening too. But I would not bet on it. I would bet on Michael Venom Page. Look, man, prelims. It's international fucking fight week. That's how you know.
Dude, it's stacked, bro.
Stacked. We could just go one down, man. Joe Pyfer. Yeah, we could just go one down. We got Joe Pyfer, Marc-Andre Barriault. Banger. Excited to see the return of Joe Pyfer. A lot of people really wrote him off after his first UFC loss. I'm not going to do that. Cub Swanson.
Competitive first loss, by the way. Against a ranked opponent.
Exactly. Cub Swanson and Andre Fili. For one, shocked these guys never fought.
Right.
For two, banger. Man. I love me some Killer Cub, man. If you're not, look, I'm gonna say this right now.
By the way, Cub Swanson's such a fucking cool guy.
Look, dude, if you don't love Cub Swanson, fuck you. That's all I have to say. It's that simple for me.
Dude, have you seen these kids? Mm-hmm. They also wear glasses like him, dude. It's so cute.
I know. He's the best, dude. I love Killer Cub.
He's like, dude, by the way, you see him like a really nice California neighborhood, all tatted up,
What a guy, dude.
He's been on that thug shit before. But he's like really like nice and calm. Yeah. Dude, I love it. I really do.
Charles Jourdain, Jean Silva. Fun. I love Charles Jourdain. Love Frenchie.
Jordan.
And then we have the return of the stripper,
the exotic dancer, Peyton Talbot.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of attention this week.
I saw Sean Strickland go off on him.
Positive and negative.
I'm like, damn, that's how you know he's the real deal.
That's how you know he's good.
Yeah. By the way, can we just talk about the fact I saw people who were like, yeah, you just mentioned it. Like he's getting a lot of good and bad attention. A lot of people were like ripping him, calling him gay. I'm like, I don't know why the fucking nose ring has you guys so pressed. I really don't get it. And the dancing and the pole dancing doesn't help. But I don't know. I just don't get it.
But he's very he's very much that Western culture of the US. Very much like that Cali kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like he really embodies that Cali.
I don't think we'd have a lot in common with him. You know what I mean?
As Midwest boys, probably not.
Anyways, excited to be the return of Michelle Waterson come back here who's lost.
Hey, she's confident though. You saw her presser. She's like, what'd she say? I'm done feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah, she's lost 4 in a row.
Do or die. I said do this or last die time.
For the karate hottie at 38 years old. Jillian Robertson.
I actually don't know why she just. I think I said this. I don't know why she doesn't just step away. I mean, she's had a great career.
Some people it's like, why is Conor McGregor coming back to fight? It's in the veins.
Can't get that high anywhere.
It's in the veins. You just need a fight. And Michelle Waterson could do. She's been in movies, you know what I mean? Like she's the fighting
coach
background. Too. She has the look. She could do whatever the fuck she wanted. You know what I mean? But she chose to fight. Good for her.
I gotta respect it, right?
The fight, regardless though, this is a good matchup. This should be a fun fight against Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson brings the pressure. I'm a big fan of her. Canada's finest.
She's willing to grapple on the ground.
Yeah. Shout out the return of Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky.
What fight is this for Arlovsky, by the way?
Oh man, this is gonna be.
It's up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be his 60th professional fight on a 3-fight losing streak. But look, I mean, the Waldo Cortez Acosta fight was competitive. You know, he did get nuked twice before that, but what are you going to do? And then prior to that, he had a 4-fight winning streak, won 7 of his last 8.
By the way, guys who shouldn't have been in the UFC, by the way.
And by the way, can we...
That's like the embodiment of guys, no disrespect to probably...
Yeah, Jay Collier, Jared Vanderrock.
They're not going to be UFC champions, you know?
Chase Sherman, Tanner Bozer, which was a good win, actually. Like Felipe Lins, also another good win, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, look, man.
Ben Rothwell in there, too?
Yeah. 45 years old, the oldest fighter on the UFC roster, coming back here to fight Martin Buday. This is also Arlovsky's first fight with a crowd.
One last run. The last dance, Josh.
The last.
They should have done like a meme and done the last dance for Arlovsky when he's on that streak right there. Then lost to Aspinall, you know, like so you get the part of the story.
This is only his second fight since COVID with a crowd, so hopefully the people show him some love. You know,
all right. Josh, you got to talk about this guy,
Ray Sasarua. I apologize.
Soria?
I don't know. It's Japanese. Apologies.
Soria.
Taking on Carlos Hernandez, great Japanese prospect. Also going to have in the corner WWE wrestler Shinsuke Nakamura, who's 5-1, former K1 veteran,
Japan #1,
the king of strong style, ladies and gentlemen, Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah,
he does that whole little move, right? He does that little something like that.
Yeah. Love that guy. And then also,
I can't believe this fight's opening up the card. By the way,
I know Ricky Simone, Vinicius Oliveira,
with the highlight finish of the year. He had that knee. You remember that knee? That like fucking devastated.
Yes, dude. It's a great card. It's a genuinely great card, and couldn't be more excited for it, man. In terms of compared to other international fights, would you say what would you rate this one on a scale of 1 to 10, like your excitement level?
I'm like at a solid 8.5.
I'd say I'm right there. You know, this card could have really fallen apart after the Conor thing, and they brought it back so hard.
They saved it,
yeah. But look, man, we do got some other stuff to talk about because that is the whole not whole main card, the whole card. Just a couple of quick things in the news to go ahead and hit. Ryan Garcia.
By the way, who's been everywhere recently.
Who's been everywhere.
You see him at the poker game, like a high stakes poker they do on YouTube?
I am so happy you brought that up. You have no idea. I saw that, and I saw Jimmy Butler.
By the way, what a group of people they had. Ninja, Jimmy Butler, Dan Bilzerian.
I think
one of the like an actual poker player. I can't remember who off the top of my head. I know of him. Who am I forgetting? Dan Bilzerian, Jimmy Butler. It wasn't Conor Ben.
Wasn't there a soccer guy there?
Neymar.
Yeah, Neymar was there.
Who was the other boxer? It wasn't Conor Ben, but
oh man,
was it Conor Ben?
No, it was Conor Ben that would have been talking more shit. I feel like
no, it's fucking. I see his face. He's English. He was supposed to have a fight, and I think his opponent popped for roids.
Was it Chris Eubank Jr.?
Yeah, Chris Eubank Jr. was there.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. Okay, I didn't even see him.
So there was an actual boxer there.
Okay, there we go.
In case of Ryan.
Dude, he would have. As an aside, dude, he would have beat the piss out of Conor Ben. Dude, I cannot fucking believe they ever sanctioned that fight. And then Conor had to go pop like 3 days before. Like, dude, he's a literal 168 fighting fucking a guy who's at 140. Like, holy shit. I get their fucking dads fought, but oh my god.
Dude, maybe Ryan and Chris Eubank.
Fuck, dude. Ryan just like losing his mind.
Dude, he was drinking that. You shredded down the liquor he was drinking. He's like, fuck.
Dude, Jimmy Butler, you could just see, like, I feel like if Jimmy Butler had a weapon, he would have gone.
Dude, not even just that, but he's also like everybody there's pretty chill, having a fun time talking. And Jimmy goes in there like World Series of Poker, dude.
He does
sunglasses
not,
on.
Dude, he doesn't want to lose. He does not want to lose. That's Jimmy Butler, though. That's fucking Jimmy.
He wasn't Butler. He was like still very hyper competitive.
Yeah, and you could just see he wanted to fucking strangle him so bad. And then, but also at the same time, it's like I kind of want to live in Ryan Garcia's shoes for a day, just for a day, because it's like, dude, this kid's worth like $50 million. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. He's suspended for a year now, so he could definitely do whatever he wants. You know. Although he may be losing some of that millions because apparently Devin Haney's going to sue him.
Did you see him talk about Devin Haney being at Diddy's parties and getting fucked by Diddy? He said
almost, I'm going to paraphrase here, but this is almost word for word. He was like, so what did you think about, it's like, oh, you're, a couple months removed from your win over Devin Haney. Yeah, I beat his ass. And then he got his ass beat badly by Diddy. Diddy had mega sex with him. And I'm like, mega sex? Really, Ryan?
Do you think Ryan was coked out?
Does a bear shit in the woods? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Like, oh my god.
Do I piss excellence every day?
Yeah. Do I wake up, Angel? Do I wake up and piss excellence every morning? The answer is yes. So yes, Ryan Garcia was on coke. Look, he was also apparently officially found out to have been on Austrian earlier this year.
It's all cap, Josh. Hashtag free Ryan Garcia.
So the elites are coming after him. The elites. Did you see he posed with Trump? That's why. Oh my god, the elites. They're coming. They're coming.
Matrix, dude.
Oh my god.
Is coming after him.
Oh my god, the elites are coming to get Ryan Garcia. Yeah, that's. Oh my god, they're coming to get a fucking boxer who's on coke. Anyways. Yeah. This is an aside. I'm surprised they did not drop. I don't know why they didn't, because he's a moneymaker, so they were only going to give him a year max anyway. They found that in the lot that he handed over as like a sample that had like the tainted supplement in it, they went back and tested the other lot and they didn't find shit in it. So either miraculously this one container out of 30 in this lot had Austrian, or the motherfucker opened it and put in Austrian himself. And then hope they wouldn't check the other things that came in the same package. The same lot, I mean. So yeah, I'm surprised that nobody else picked up on that. I even saw some guy who did it himself. He's like, yeah, I looked up some random dude on Twitter. He's like, yeah, I looked up Ryan Garcia's lot number that he submitted to New York, and I went and bought it and tested like one from the same lot, and it did not have it. It's like, what
the fuck?
I know. Just do the math. There's only a couple things that could have happened.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah, but look, the streets know he beat Devin Haney. Officially, he will not have that win anymore, but the streets know. So good for him. Look, man. In terms of other boxing stuff, Anthony Joshua, it's officially returning September 21st in Wembley, sponsored by, you guessed it, Riyadh Season.
By the way, did you see they had their presser like yesterday? I was like, what the fuck? Like, it threw me for a loop.
It came out of nowhere. I mean, I knew that this fight was in the works for a while, but I did not know they were going to.
We know.
Exactly. But they fucking, for real, did a full court press. Did a presser. They did all the pose offs at Wembley. They did everything in a day. So, but also, the second part of this, officially for IBF heavyweight gold, Alexander Usyk was going to be stripped. He tried to lobby with the commission. The IBF said, fuck you. We want to go ahead and do this. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to give up the belt myself. AJ Dubois, fight for my belt.
I saw the video this morning.
Yeah. What a guy. AJ, by the way, can join an exclusive club, I believe, of five boxers ever to become a 3-time heavyweight champion. So,
whoa, who are the other guys?
It was, I believe, and this is off the top of my head, so don't quote me.
These really old school guys, right?
It was, I believe we had Michael Moore, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Muhammad Ali, and I think George Foreman.
Has there ever been a 4-time?
Maybe, but I'd have to think about it.
We'll look at that.
Yeah. But anyways, man, what do you think about this fight? I think it's the right one to make.
I mean, you know what they're trying to do here, Josh. It ain't no secret. They want Joshua to fight Usyk again.
Yeah.
You know, they want to build up that fight. They want to try to make it similar. Joshua has a chance, and put some reason behind it. Give a reason for them to be able to fight again. AKA, hey, he wants to be undisputed again. You gotta fight that guy.
Yeah.
Or this guy who also had some little controversy there. Maybe or maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dubois, man. I mean, look, he's not as good as I think a lot of people wanted him to be whenever he first turned pro, because he had a great amateur background and he lost to Joyce and Usyk,
but Josh, he fraud checked Philip Perogovic.
That's right. He did. Everybody's getting fraud checked. Everybody's getting fraud checked. No, but look, and I guess he's technically the IBF heavyweight champion now, which makes it feel gross. But yeah, I like the fight. I don't have a lot to say right now, honestly, about it, because we'll have to preview in a couple of months. And they're face to face apparently, which they're going to release soon. They had to be separated during it, which I didn't know. Because AJ and Dubois, they kind of
they at least had John and DC in the same room.
I know, but they
or they used AI back then. I was kidding.
Yeah, but they had to be separated, and so hopefully some beef building too. Very excited to see it. This is my most important subject of the day, Angel. I know that you are dying to see this. I know that you're a huge fan since you brought it up earlier.
Dude, by the way,
yeah,
I need to show you something that I saw on YouTube since we're about to talk about
this. Okay, perfect. So, it's your favorite thing, ladies and gentlemen, Power Slap. Power Slap still exists, still happening. Dana's still presumably paying celebrities a lot of money to come out to it. They had a show. I don't know if they've had the show yet. Supposed to have their first public show in Vegas, and they sold a grand total, last time I saw, of like 15 tickets out of the whole venue.
By the way, I have a Power Slap video. I'm not going to show it to you. How many views do you think this Power Slap video has?
2 million.
You see that number?
I'm gonna kill myself, dude. I'm so tired. I don't know why I even. I
How many likes do you think it has?
60,000.
9 million.
Damn.
Dude, Jada wasn't wrong, dude. Power Slap is huge in India.
Power Slap is huge in the same way that whenever my girlfriend shows me TikToks and I see women doing like their day in the life videos, those are also huge. You know why? Because it's fucking social media. You swipe on it, boom, view. You swipe off, and that's it. We've had videos explode in popularity. It's like I know that not everybody watched the fucking video. You know what I mean? So, but regardless, Paige Van Zandt, 12 gauge, boxer,
How the mighty
MMA
have
fighter.
fallen.
Oh my god, dude! Holy shit!
By the
right?
way, would she still be able to fight? What's her name again? Elle?
I mean, I'm assuming. I don't think this would have. Power Slap's not a real fucking sport, so I don't think she won't be suspended or anything. So I don't see why it'd be a holdup. And she was a fight with BKFC, and she still has multiple fights. I think 2 with Misfits. So she's just gonna slide this one in there real quick, and
Wait, she supposed to do another fight with BKFC?
yeah, she still has one more on her deal.
Oh, damn.
And yeah, dude. I mean, also wrestler. Yeah, she's doing everything. She's covering the combat sports fucking spectrum, huh? She's gonna face Christine Volarians.
You've seen her, by the way. If you look her up.
Power Slap 8 tomorrow, Angel. Do you think Paige Van Zandt?
Yeah, it's that quick, huh?
It's that quick.
She's not getting a camp?
No. Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Paige could be getting on short notice, dude. She might be DTF fighter of the week.
This is the one. This is the one that they're having with the crowd. The Fontaine Blue. Oh God, I'm excited to see the crowd.
You excited to see 50 people there?
Dude, they're gonna no fuck that. There's no way Dana would let that happen. He's gonna go out there and start paying people to show up in the fucking building.
Hand out tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. I don't want to be mean here, but damn, how the mighty have fallen. Paige Van Zandt. A couple people got on my case last time I said this, but Paige Van Zandt at one point was a legit top 5 ranked UFC women's strawweight contender who main evented
Rose.
She main evented a show against Rose Namajunas, where like if she won, she was probably gonna get a title shot. To go from that, which was like 8 years ago, and she's still only in her 20s, early 30s, she should still be in her prime, and now she's fighting in Power Slap. It's like, man, I don't want to be mean here, but brother, what are we doing? What are we doing here? You know?
At least, at least China went and did WWE, you know?
Look, man.
New Japan Pro Wrestling, you know?
Yeah, she had multiple avenues to not do this, and it's just like, I
mean, porn came way later for China.
Let me ask you this question. Yeah, shout out One Night in China. Let me go ahead and anyways, so
I didn't know, by the way,
question.
I didn't know that Antonia Inoki was like trained her up.
Yeah, dude. China was a legit China was a legit badass, and it's just unfortunate what happened with her addiction and all the stuff in downhill.
And the WWE.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But I gotta ask you this before we go and move on, because there's not a whole lot to honestly say here outside of laugh.
Damn, Josh.
Paige Van Zandt. Who do you think approached who? Do you think she approached Power Slap in the UFC? Or do you think the UFC Power Slap approached her?
I feel like they approached her.
That's what I thought.
I think so too.
I saw everybody dogging on her. I'm like, I bet they're paying her a lot of money to do this, because they know that it's the same event.
How much is a lot, though? You know what I mean? Like, how much is a lot? Because we know for a fact she's making a lot of money on her OnlyFans.
They probably offered her a couple $100,000 if I had to guess.
You think so? Like $200K?
I'd say something like that. Probably.
$200K to get slapped? That's not that bad, right?
Yeah, but they got to make it worth.
It's better than showing your asshole.
Shit.
I'm not saying she's showing her asshole, but I'm saying if you're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know if she is or not. I'm not sure. I've never really like cared to see if like she's one of those, because there's like the OnlyFans that like just show kind of modeling pics.
Yeah, I think that's her whole
like,
thing.
oh yeah, here's me and 17 guys. You know what I mean? Like you've seen those, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, last thing to talk about. Unfortunately, we'll not be there with this one. You know, RIP. But Invicta FC 55 is a mini preview going down this Friday night from Memorial Hall in Kansas City.
Zoom it in for me, sir.
Kansas City's finest. Look, man. First card back for Invicta since October. First one back in KC since 2021. Hate that I can't be there, but also the first one on CBS Sports Network as well. Shout out Invicta. In terms of the card, man, main evented Talia Bernardo taking on Olga Rubin, for the Invicta FC Bantamweight title. The return of friend of the show, Kay Hansen, former UC veteran.
Is this the start of her run, man? Is this her return? She's 24. I mean, that's a long time to get back to
yeah, exactly. She's 24. If she can get on she's so much talent. That's what I said. She's so much talent. She's got to get on the right track, and you know, it should be a fun one here. Back at strawweight for her too, by the way. Not at flyweight.
But we tell her Guardado. Her name looks so familiar.
She's the one who we talked about. She was like 10-0 as an amateur and beat some former like UFC people. And then she never turned pro, and she became like a mom. And then 10 years later, she fought again, main evented that Invicta card you saw in the tournament. Won a couple fights. She fought Kayla Harrison, took her to a decision.
Oh yeah.
But she's past her. She's probably past the prime now. She missed weight.
She's just giving it a good shot, you know.
Yeah, missed a weight earlier today, but we'll see.
Respect, man.
Yeah. Also at atom weight, Saori Oshima coming out of deep.
By the way, Sag atom weight does not have a proper home.
Coming out of deep Jules, current champion, microweight champion. I'm excited to see her fight. 4'11", 108 pounds. So we'll see how she does at atom weight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
So small.
Any fights you're talking about before we go ahead and close out, man?
No, man, that's it. I mean, I'm excited. I'm happy to see the Invictus back. Sadly, will not be in attendance. I wanted to be there tomorrow night. I will have to be there for the next one. This one just snuck up on me. But I promise, as a Kansas City native, I promise I'll be there.
For sure. We will be there. And look, man, hope you guys tune out if you're in KC or if you're just watching from home, man. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope you guys enjoy this podcast. I'm at Josh Evanoff on Twitter. He's at, I'm not going to call it X. He's at Angel Ortega _01. Our Courtside Sound for all things relating to the show. Peace and butt grease. No mouse click.